we're going to be featuring some saxophone players. That's going to be the featured entertainment for this evening. Now, unfortunately, Khadijah Renee will not be here to entertain you tonight. As you know, she has an enterprise in her gas business, and sometimes parts of your enterprise needs your personal attention, and that's what pulled her away for this evening. But she still wanted to make sure that you all have a good show for this evening. So, I first wanted to welcome you again to the Germantown Jazz at the Nile Cafe. It's the oldest African American vegan restaurant in the Germantown area. They've been in business for over 30 years. We'd like to acknowledge Akira for making this venue available for us tonight. And Akira is in the back there, and she's also one of our vendors. And food is available for purchase in the restaurant, or if you see the QR code on one of the menus, you can scan that. If you have that technical knowledge, I do not. But if you have that technical knowledge, you can scan the QR code and you can order online if you like to. And if you have not tried vegan food, I suggest you give it a try since you're here tonight. You can't believe it's not chicken. All right? So give that a try. Now, I'm not sure about the parking on Saturday, and someone can tell me, do we not have to pay to park on Saturdays, or?
After 6 is free.
After 6 is free? Okay, so I'm not sure about the parking, but if you are parked out front, there is a kiosk for parking, and if it says that, that you have to pay for parking, then make sure that you at least do that, so you don't have a little surprise when you go outside. But it is after 6, so maybe, you should be all right. So I know it's a little late to be telling you now, but it's not that I didn't tell you. Now, I always like to start the show with acknowledging all of my people that have come out, got dressed, came out to enjoy the evening. But mainly, I like to acknowledge the ladies that come out, because the ladies are always looking good. So all the men in the house, could you please give the ladies a hand for looking so nice coming out here tonight? Okay? And just for you ladies, I'm going to give you a poem just for you. And the poem is called The Black Rose. If roses came in black, that's exactly what you would be. Reborn every spring throughout eternity. Could shine at twilight and glow at midnight. It would be in every special bouquet. And if an eclipse could darken the earth, but the moon still shines, then that would be the light of you. If roses came in black, if roses came in black. That's for you ladies. Okay, so we have some spoken word for you tonight. We have vendors here tonight, and when we do our break around 8 o'clock, I'll introduce the vendors to you. And then we're going to have our main event, which is going to be the saxophone players. So, please welcome to the stage our first spoken word, Lev Ben Yesriel, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a hand, please.
Alright. I've been around this block, so many essence. Because when it came to me back in my childhood, as he bring the drums in, it's the essence. Regurgitated, reproduced in different lines and different times. I've seen the 70 different captivities with each and every line. My ancestors take it back to the building when they was beginning to build. Up in the essence of 70 chose traveling from one land of Canaan to the land of Mitzrayim. And that deal. So when I see the essence in the profession of now, when I stand up here with the Kemet sign behind me in this house, in this town, I get to understand this is part of my essence. I put it together because part of the DNA that is having an RNA in it will never be part of my essence. I was able to procreate without any pain, any desires. Bring 2 children in here healthy, because I put none of those poisons up in these lines with no desires. So as I produce and I pro-produce, I'm allowed to spread programs. Because I got one called Planet Poetry and Hip Hop coming in the Mill Creek area for those children coming up in the future. Might as well say man. I've been able to produce and be a planet of his essence, be able to be a program director and spread love in this essence. So when I'm up here on this microphone, I'm having fun each and every time. But I love seeing the people that come out and support when you're doing any event that elevates our mind. Thank you all for each and every time I get up on this microphone. I appreciate you all.
Yes, give him another hand. This guy, every time he comes to do his show, he has some really deep words, stories to make you think. So next up, with spoken word, we're going to have Malik Neuter. And he is also a thinker and a deep word speaker. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome Malik Neuter. It's a nutter, I'm sorry.
So, peace. This is show. Right, so, I'll do something a little different. So when I was on the way up here, in the car, right, poets, we on the way to shows and stuff like that, a lot of time we'll just start thinking this stuff, the creative juices get to flowing, right? And things will pop in your head, right? So, I don't know why, but the song Love Zone by Billy Ocean came to my head, right? So I started singing this song that I can't really sing, right? But it was something like, welcome to the love zone, where you don't have to be alone. Welcome to the love zone. Welcome to the band. I told you I'm not a singer, but I want to talk about love right now. I think anybody that thinks they can master love is a fool. They say God is love, so to say that you can master God, say that you can master love is to say that you can master God, and I don't think that you can do that. So maybe we should fall back on all the egotism and just try to be one. No one can master God. Oftentimes I see the Adinkra symbol called the Gianyame, which means only God has all power. And it reminds me to humble myself that when I say that I am a God, I am not your God, I am not the Most High God, I am simply a piece of God, which is everything that is. Welcome to my love zone. You don't have to be alone. I create this space of love here in the reincarnation of the Nile civilization that existed so long ago, but not just in Egypt, but here in America. You see, America is definitely our land. Most people make the mistake that all of us came here by slave ships, and this is one of the biggest mistakes and lies in history that we've been fooled about. You see, African Americans have been in existence long before Columbus was in his daddy's nutsack. You see, African Africans living in America have been living in the Americas for so long that we are naturalized here. You see, this is our land also. You see, this body that you see, it sprang up on this land. I love this land. Would I like to visit Africa? Of course. But I sprang up on this land. I have love for this land. And on this land must be established, reestablished, the divine principle of love. In America, it must be recreated into the love zone. You see, let me tell you about love. Love is a mystical force, which is why none of us can master it. And we don't recognize it in all of its ways, like the sun shining. The sun shining is love. Turn it out and watch what happens. This wonderful body that you love so much would instantly freeze. The sun shining is love. You see, love manifests in so many different ways that we don't recognize. Like the air. Like the fact that H2O, hydrogen and oxygen, constantly combine so that we have water, so that we have life. All these are forms of love. Welcome back to the Love Zone. That's my first, right? So I just wanted to just get that energy kind of flowing. This is the now, right? This is definitely the reincarnation. So we're gonna raise this frequency up. So we're having a conversation. So let's talk about, I don't know, let's talk about maybe, I don't know, maybe should I give you soliloquies that I wrote in trilogies diligently? I don't know. Maybe complicated verses about the universe's infinity? No. How about just adversity versus victor? Starting with adversity. Like when people try to hex you up with that fake voodoo, they try to mess you up like fake gurus, box you up and stick you inside of their judgmental measuring cup to determine your weight and worth like some of you do. You got to keep spilling over and over on them until you overflow on them and make them understand that what you do like D-boy did this and let the hate from these mental midgets make you laugh. Brush the dirt off, right? Brush the dirt off while they embarrassingly go slink off at the corner to peel their little tiny hater skirts off and think to themselves, man, I tried my hardest to hate these people out of their destiny. The haters drowning in cold currents of jealousy, praying for the continued abomination of desolation in our lives, but not knowing that the water is always bubbling underground. Or what it really means to be in tune with a voice that's way higher than audible sound. Now, in these years of doing these things, people have accused me of being arrogant, apparently, but I'm going to paraphrase some of my favorite rappers and tell you like this. Cats like us always got to keep an edge, man, because we got a lot of haters that's always trying to tear us to shreds. They try to keep us tied down to the past times. It's like we the salmon swimming upstream against the currents of our past lives, and it's like hanging off a building. It's like I can feel the blood drip from my fingertips as I try to re-grip and re-grip, and sometimes it feels like my life be rocking back and rocking back and forth so much, like it just did, that sometimes I feel seasick, but there's no Dramamine for what I got. You see, I'm a teacher. I have to break this spell. If you want to break the spell, you have to learn reverse psychology. If you want to start building pyramids again, you got to learn trigonometry. You have to understand astronomy if you want to travel to Andromeda. In these days and times, you got to be ice cold, but still at the top of the phenomenal, or the thermometer. You know, sometimes I work magic with these microphones to the point where some people say I'm a blue hole, but I'm honestly just on these mic devices trying to give people new hope. I mean, honestly, in the world, I don't really think there's any new quotes, but it's all how you weave your wisdom like the threads of a new coat. It reminds me of, I don't know, a story in the Bible about a cat named Little Joey who had a coat of many colors that caused jealousy amongst his brothers, you know. And just like every talent, people will throw you in a hole and tie you up and then get pissed off when you rise up like, wait a minute. You was the one we was always supposed to be able to make fun of. The one we was always supposed to be to look down on. Now you got a crown on? All I can say, people, is continue on your journey. Continue to walk your walk. And everything else, take it with a grain of salt. Ashe. You got the next folks coming on. I'm gonna lead the energy with that. Next folks coming on. Thank y'all for being here. You know, we're trying to warm this mic up. You need me to do one more? Huh? Yeah, let's run this together, big brother. Can we get these drums, the volume a little turned up? So you can turn this energy up? Us, man. Stevie, can we get the rest of the band to come have fun with us? Since we're gonna make this the last one. You brothers feel like it? I don't feel like it. It's all right. We got you then.
Come bring that heartbeat with us. Because you the heartbeat, we gotta be the voice. Brother Malik, you know, we came up with the essence of 50 years of hip hop. But we know the last poets was the ones that did the mic drop. We had Gil Scott Heron who used to bring it really live. So we put together these words, these lines like hip hop in this time. So we've been doing it more than 50 years, we're gonna bring the essence. Because the birth of it, like my birthday, August 10th, is August 11th in its essence. So brother, I'm gonna turn this microphone over to you like the Cold Cuts brothers, we bring it in our crew. We're gonna take it to a time like the Funky 4+1. Because we had a female up here with us, she was the microphone in this time, and she will get it done. But it's just you and I, 2 + 1, with the beats in the background, with the drums and the spun. So I'm gonna pass the microphone to you, bring the energy too, because the words from the top of our head is how it's gonna flow too.
50 years of hip hop. 50 years of hip hop. Certified stupidness, the dopified rudeness, and just in case they clueless, we're gonna help you get a few.
There you go.
Ain't no point in the dispute with the almighty disputer is moving in us that organic energy. That's just my brain. See.
Third eye.
That third eye.
There you go.
That third eye is why when I close my eyes, I can still see crowds and hear colors. That phenomenal vibration that sets us apart from other cultures. That higher frequency that causes us to step into our God selves. That magic. That organic energy that moves us and causes our body to move and contort in strange ways when we used to pop lock. When the DJ would scratch the record back and forth to transmit messages, these are extraterrestrial type of frequencies manifested through a culture of pyramids that float in the air off of electromagnetic frequencies. This is our culture. This is the Nile. This is where we levitate and cause mics to melt. This is the place where we get open. This is the style that so many people copy. This is hip hop. Now hip hop. Now hip hop. Right in the now we speak this energy. Higher frequencies, frequency, higher energy, entity. My inner energy speaks to these microphones to tell you these intelligent messages. My inward intelligent agents to spit, to give you these extraterrestrial messages.
You put it together and you drop that line, can people soak it up like they soak up what's in front of their plate each and every time? You put it together and you make it understand. Because the frequency is the essence that's delivered with each and every man. Like you said, we come from a time where our ancestors held it, where they wore a crown with a scepter. They came with a mini coast like the souls of Yosef. But I know we Yehuda in our essence. So we keep it well. We know he had those 2 sons that were from the doubt. So when you see you got 12 children on the right route, and we ready to be out. So DJ, you come take the microphone. Let's bring the host back up, because we out of our zone.
Robert Lana was born in Philadelphia, PA, and began his formal musical studies in grade school at the age of 10, and in 3 years began attending the prestigious Sullivan Music School right here in Germantown, where he received conservatory training in clarinet performance. During this time, he also began studying the saxophone, and by age 16, he toured Europe with the Olden Pope Saxophone Choir, graduating from the University of the District of Columbia with a bachelor's degree in music performance. Mr. Landon went on to study harmony with the famed John Coltrane as a mentor, Dennis Sandoli, and Robert has played in a variety of musical settings, performing and or recording with Barry Harris, Nat Adderley, Gladys Knight, The Dells, Grover Washington Jr., Wallace Roney, Christian McBride, Stanley Turrentine, The Temptations, Dionne Warwick, Teddy Pendergrass, Joey DeFrancisco, and Stanley Clark, Emerald Lott, and many more. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome Robert Landon.
shorter. Right now we're going to continue on with the original composition by keyboardist Jim Holmes. It's entitled something about Mike Theory Frank's Blues.
Mike Frank Theory. I wrote it for a theory class at 10. That's it.
All right, so I want you guys to know that the first tunes you heard, a lot of people consider that to be jazz, but we're going to play the real jazz right now, okay? And then we'll go back to the more contemporary stuff. So.
One, two, three, four, five, six.
So this is another contemporary tune. We hope you enjoy it. LC's back. Thank you. I'll keep it back. There you go. Again, I want to reintroduce the guys to you again. We got Mr. Jim Holden on keyboards. This gentleman back here on the drums is Mr. Keith Parker. His cousin William Hardy. And Michael Cruz on bass. That's all, Robert. Thank you so much.
All right, we have other famous entertainers in the house I'd like to recognize them. We got Miss Ella Gaunt, that's sitting right here in the front. I'm going to tell you, Miss Ella Gaunt, everybody see you, heard your head. She's a jazz singer as well. If you haven't heard it, you better go do it. Okay, so next we have coming up the saxophonist. Now, I wasn't able to get the bio on him, but he did tell me that he was born at a very early age in life. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Bobby Zankel. Bobby Zanko. Very, 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 very surprising to me because he's just so smooth with it. He just, he just walked out there and said, look, I hope y'all ready for this. I ain't gonna do a whole lot, but I'm gonna make it good. And he did. Thank you very much, Frankie. I mean, Bobby, I call him Frankie. Look at that. Anyway, so, also to let you know that your security tonight is the men in black, and that's the two gentlemen back there with the gray suits on. That is your security for the evening. So, we always want to make sure that everybody is enjoying themselves and feel secure in doing it. All right, so while my next act is getting set up, I'm going to tell you something about this entertainer. Because again, I told you, musicians are people too. Who we have coming up next is Zaire Dickerson. Nasir, I'm sorry. This dyslexia gets me sometimes. Nasir Dickerson, he has a BA and an MA. He's a saxophonist, a choral player, African flautist, composer, producer, and recording artist, and an Emmy award-winning music educator, and a student of the late greats, Charles Bowen, Robert Bootsy Barnes, and Leon Mitchell, and presently Cullen Knight. Nasir is the leader of the jazz sextet, the Renaissance Messengers, and Life, Light, and Power. He is also the artistic music director of the Universal African Dance and Drum Ensemble, and a world champion 7th degree master black belt in the martial arts, inducted into 3 Hall of Fames. He has performed with artists such as the legendary Roots Crew, vocalist Bilal, Questlove, and Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, vocalist Mesa, Ako Naru, Mickey Howard, Jeff Bradshaw, rappers Beanie Siegel, State Property, Stalley, the legendary Stylistics, the Intruders, the Philadelphia Eagles, and more. He has opened for legendary jazz greats such as Dr. Donald Byrd, Robert Bootsy Barnes, Wallace Roney, Jimmy Heath, Cyrus Chestnut Trio, and Dwayne Eubanks, Jeremy Merritt, and Mickey Roker, Stanley Wilson, Sid Simmons, and more. Dickerson.
Thank you.
Before we get started, I just want to say I don't know why they put me on after these killing cats, man. They gonna make me come up here, the young guy, after these legends, like Rob Landon and then Bobby Zanko was like, come on, like give me a chance, But I'm honored to play after these guys, these legends, in the same room with them. I'm always honored to perform with greats like them. Me and Bobby have performed together plenty of time before, and it's always a great thing. I love listening to him and watching him perform and do his thing. So I'm gonna continue to play some music by some of the legends as well. This first one we're gonna play is by one of my favorite saxophone players, and he's also another alto sax player, like these two killing cats, Kenny Garrett. So I hope you enjoy this one. Now we ain't do no rehearsal, so if you hear any mistakes, like my godfather used to say, just act like you ain't hear nothing.
Listen, because my poetry is of a unique kind. It's like little tributes. The first one is a tribute to my African lips. I wrote this on a 48 bus on January 25th, 2006. I saw this little girl walking down the street, and she had these huge lips. She reminded me of me. So I started by saying, I offer a tribute to my African lips, my full, beautiful, voluptuous African lips. As a child, I tried to adjust my smile so as not to show the fullness of my lips. I would tuck my lips in and point them to imitate the Caucasian lips. I was ashamed of the soup coolers, the river lips, the lips so big that they could blow a path across the Schuylkill River, a mile across the Nile. But that was when I was a child. I was teased as a child about my bibber lips and pie face, but what I didn't realize was that these were the lips of the African queen, mother of the entire human race. I would run and hide and ball myself up into an insignificant little pile. But that was when I was a child. As a teenager, I would put rouge on my cheeks to try to change the shape of my round pie face to simulate the look of the Caucasian race. I would apply different colored lipsticks to my full lips to imitate the lips of the Caucasian race. I would apply eyeliner and mascara and false eyelashes to my eyes and trade my royalty for a phony disguise, all to look like the race of the blue-eyed Caucasian lady. Come to think of it, I looked kind of shady. But that was when I was a child. I offer a tribute to my lips, my full, beautiful, voluptuous African lips. Now I'm a woman and have knowledge of my culture, no longer intimidated by the predatory vulture that criticized, laughed, and made me ashamed of my features. I feel sorry for those insecure creatures. These full, beautiful, voluptuous African lips kisses the babies and silences tears, kiss the grown offspring and smothers their fears, tells stories of proud ancestors of old, speaks with dignity and dares to be bold. My full, beautiful, voluptuous African lips caresses the chocolate brown skin of my intimate kin, make him sway and swoon and hop deep within. These lips can produce a wide, radiant smile, can sing and swoon and carry a tune as full and beautiful as the blue moon. I thank God and I offer a tribute to my full, my beautiful, my voluptuous African lips. Okay, this next one is called Hey You. Hey you with the chocolate brown skin, come over here, sit next to me, and play that smooth, mellow tune again. It has the rhythm of the wind blowing gently through the trees. It has the stroke of a hurricane weakening my knees. It has the soft, sensuous sound of the waves moving sweetly across the ocean. It has the sweet, bitter taste of a strong love potion. Hey, you with the chocolate brown skin, come over here, sit next to me, and do that to my mind again. It sounds like Rhapsody in Blue. Sounds like me and you. It sounds like, oh my. It sounds like it is taking the words right out of my brain. It sounds like the melodic horn of John Coltrane. Kind of reminds me of back in the day when you take me to the park and I recite as you play. Can't forget the rat-a-tat-tat of your sweet hands on the drum. I recite and you play until the rising of the sun. Seems like you brought me from behind and elevated my mind to reach the height of the sky. Seems like you caressed my skin with love from within and removed the clouds from my eyes. Hey, you with the chocolate brown skin, come over here, sit next to me, and blow my mind again. Hey, you, hey, you, hey, you. Hey, you. One more. And this is, and who says there's no God? I write by inspiration. I was inspired over in Atlantic City. And I get up every morning. I've been going there 15 years. And on the balcony, I go out there every morning and watch the night sky transform into sunrise. And every time I see it, the tears just flow. And I wrote, and who says there's no God? Have you seen the grass, the trees, the rivers and streams? And who says there's no God? Have you seen the seasons change, the winds, the rains? And who says there's no God? Have you seen the clouds appear as art of the Most High, the sun that shines and the birds that fly? And who says there's no God? Have you seen the Zuma Rock in Abuja, Nigeria? This looks like a still waterfall that exists in Liberia. And who says there's no God? Have you heard the angelic voices of some brothers and sisters reach to the mountaintop, go up an octave, come down a bit, and then so suddenly drop? Have you seen and heard the melodic hands of Robert Kenyatta rapping on his drum? Have you listened to him teach the children about staying on the one? And who says there's no God? Have you witnessed a seed evolve into a tree, miraculously they say? Have you seen the night transform itself so gently into day? Have you seen the sun set and then again rise, as if by magic of some magician right before your eyes? Have you seen a sister come from the dregs of addiction to sobriety? Yes, indeed, you have seen one if you're looking at me. Yes, there is a God. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for coming.
What we're going to do is at the end, all of the sax players are going to do a number together to close out the show.
Oh, I just wanted to say thank you all for coming out. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I wasn't able to perform tonight. I had another engagement up at the steakhouse up in King of Prussia called Eddie V's. I was up there tonight with the Tony Day Trio, so I apologize for not being here to perform, but this is something that is homegrown. The Germantown Jazz Series at the Nile is homegrown, something that we're doing to keep jazz alive in Germantown. And so the next event will be November the 19th, so mark your calendars. I'm calling it my Big Badass Bass Showcase. And it will feature some of the Philadelphia's finest jazz artists, bassists, namely Mike Boone, Nimrod Speaks, and Richard Hill Jr. They are always working because they are our finest in the area. There will be some missing, but those are the ones that we can snag for the November 19th right here. So if you sign the email list, I'll send you the flyer and you can reserve your seats early. So without further ado, hopefully we can call up the next set with our saxophonist. Let's have Bobby Zankel. Give Bobby Zankel a warm round of applause. Come on up. Robert Landon is coming back to the stage. Amanda. Nasir Dickerson is coming back up. These are some of Philadelphia's finest saxophonists, and I'm pleased to be able to present them to you tonight. So I hope you've been enjoying what you've heard so far, right? Can we hear you? Yeah. Baba Kenyatta on the kunga. He's one of our elders and leaders of the community, a cultural warrior. We're happy to have him here tonight. And on the drum is one of his colleagues, another cultural warrior and leader, Mobalaji Charles Walker. Thank you.
You guys a big round of applause. Bobby Nanker, Nasir, you guys are fantastic. And the band behind them. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming out so much. We're going to play John Coltrane's Locomotion, okay?
Somebody wants to sit in?
I was just kidding. No, I was just kidding.
You ready? Ready? 2, 1, 2.
All right, okay.
All right, well, and it talked about the treats, they just keep on coming. But just before I forget, the venue here, this is not Khadijah's event, but the venue here will be having an event next Saturday and Sunday. It's called a Support the Asset Society Annual Fundraiser. So that's next Saturday or Sunday.
You're gonna rise up at this thing, yes. Now you're gonna stretch your wings and you think this is good. I feel like there ain't nothing gonna harm me, no way. We'll find that
Give the drummer some, give the drummer some, keep working. Don't forget about the bass with the 88s, Michael Cruz.